let's have a civil conversation. I used to be so concerned about how I would look, how I would be perceived by the public, in a sense that I started a business a few months ago, and it hasn't moved the way I wanted it to move. And I understand that when you start a business, there are certain things that are ultimately going to go wrong, like with people understanding your vision and all those extra stuff. And because of that, I was very particular about if I was ever going to even put out content. And the irony is, I started a marketing agency. Imagine having a marketing agency and contemplating if you should put out content or not. And one thing I came to a conclusion on is the fact that I used to be, before context, I used to be so concerned about how it's going to look. Oh, it has to look great. It has to follow the standard that the OGs in the industry already have. Like, it has to, all those extra stuff. It has to look this certain way. It has to taste like all those type of things. But then I was reading this book, right? And I'm not media, I gatekeep books. And it said something about how quality is nothing if the context is not great. Example, let me elaborate on that. Example, if you are a big movie head, there's this thing in the DC and Marvel universe where everybody comes after this specific director. His name is Zack Snyder, and the reason being he always has great visuals, but in the context of the story always doesn't make sense, and so because of that, he has been perceived to be a good cinematographer but a very very bad director with the stories that are being written. I say this to say, when you start, when you want to start on social media, right, when you want to start putting out content and stuff, there's this notion that people have that, oh, if it doesn't look this good, I'm not going to put it out there. Oh, if it doesn't do X, Y, Z. If you have great context, I promise you, if the context of whatever you are putting out there is great, people are going to watch it. People are going to enjoy it regardless of how it looks. I have seen it before. I have seen people do it. Like, I'm telling you, just try to get better context and stop focusing too much on the visual appeal that it has. And trust me, you are going to actually get people's attention. That is how you are going to push out there. So one thing I'm doing is I'm going to start posting more consistently, try to build a visual appeal for what I'm doing, and just get people to, fall in love with my brand. And I started a Twitch account, so I post the link in the bio, so you guys could go check that out and just, just vibe, just have fun.